What's going on, everybody? What's going on? Good morning. Good morning. 3 something in the morning. I slept today and took a nap early, so now I can't even sleep. So that's why I'm kind of up at 3 o'clock this morning, man. Wednesday morning now. Let's see who's on live, man. Let me check my phone, make sure everything's straight. Check my phone, make sure everything's straight. Soon as y'all come in, man, let me know if I'm muted or whatever. Because sometimes I think my audio kind of be acting up. Because I know my last live, my audio was acting crazy. So today is day 20. Well, today was day 20. It was Tuesday, but now it's Wednesday morning, 3 a.m. But day 20, man, the Diddy trial. And they still got Jane Doe on the stand. And to be honest with you, man, I think we already know who Jane Doe is. You know what I'm saying? It's 50 Cent baby mama. I'm not gonna say her name, but we know who it is. You know what I'm saying? But let's get into the transcript, man. Go from there. You know what I'm saying? Because I heard it was a crazy exchange between the defense, because she's being cross-examined now by Diddy's team. And the lawyer is Tenny Garregas. I probably pronouncing the name wrong. So let's look at the transcript, man. So this is basically like what Diddy being charged with. You know what I'm saying? Racketeering conspiracy, 2 counts of sex trafficking by force, fraud or coercion. 2 counts of transportation to engage in prostitution also, man. So this is basically what it is. Racketeering broadly means engaging in a legal scheme or enterprise, and a charge that falls under the Racketeering Influence and Corrupt Organization Act. According to U.S. Department of Definition, RICO statute is illegally to conspire to violate the laws. So let's get into it today, man. Let me check something right quick. Let me see. Give me 1 second, guys. All right, let's get into it. Okay. That's the judge right there. And one thing about the judge, man, I don't know if it's just me, but it's sometimes I'll be thinking he's a little biased. You know what I'm saying? Like that's my opinion, you know. And sometimes I think, man, he's like, and don't get me wrong, I'm not for Diddy, or you know what I mean? Like I don't have no game in this. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, okay, if he's guilty, whatever. If he's not guilty, he's not guilty. Okay, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I don't know this man from a can of paint, you know, but I really following the trial, and it's like, you know, whatever he's being charged with, I don't see it 100%. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing. Like Diddy is, like I keep saying, man, Diddy is a horrible, horrible guy, and he do need to be in jail. You know what I'm saying? But the charges that they got, he's being charged with, you know what I'm saying? Does he need to be in jail for those that they don't really, I don't really see it yet. You know what I'm saying? But okay, over the weekend, man, they tried to the judge denies a motion for mistrial. And the testimony, before the testimony resumed, the judge tell the court that the motion of mistrial has been denied. Over the weekend, the defense called for a mistrial, arguing that Cassie Ventura and Brianna lied about being dangled over the 17th balcony floor by Diddy in September 2016. Yeah, I remember that because the last person that was on the stand, she said she was being dangled over the balcony, and kind of found out Diddy wasn't even there or whatever. And Cassie and her, they supposed to be friends, that they kind of lied because they had the dates wrong. So the defense is like trying to do another mistrial. This is like the second one they call, if I'm not mistaken. And also the motion to recall traumatic stress expert denied. So a motion to recall Dr. Hughes, a psychologist who spoke early in the trial, speaking about the trauma bonds and between the abuser and the victim, has been denied. So I guess they want to call her to the stand, man, just to get her back on the stand, to embarrass her again. You know what I'm saying? Because be honest with you, she never saw Cassie. You know what I'm saying? She gone over her experience, but then again, it's like you never like treated Cassie. You know what I mean? Even though we all can kind of see that there are some traumatic PTSD and all type of stuff going over Cassie, just to endure that physical and all those abuses and stuff like that. But then again, it's like this psychology here, man. She done got on the stand also before in the Amber Heard and Johnny Depp case, and she made a fool of herself. You know what I'm saying? But that was denied. So let's get into it, man. Jane returns to the stand. Now she's being crossed by Tenny Goregas. Goregas, I know I pronounced her name wrong. So let's get into it. Jane wanted to fulfill duties as a girlfriend on a hotel nights and say she still loves Diddy. Yesterday, we learned that Diddy is paying for Jane's rent and also paying for her lawyer. We also discovered that ahead of the trial, she had been speaking to both the defense and the prosecutor before appearing as a witness for the government. Jane confirms when Homeland Security investigation first came to her home, she did not want to have anything to do with them, but was later subpoenaed by the government after Diddy was arrested in September and given immunity to speak in the court. Jane said she did not want to break up with Diddy, and when asked if she felt resentful that she had sex with other men, she said Diddy, excuse me, guys. She said Diddy introduced her to swinging lifestyle under a lot of emotional pressure. She says, I was hooked from the beginning on the love and affection. I fell in love with him and I didn't understand the terms of the relationship. It was along the lines of love and pressure to do things he desired, and I wanted to fulfill my duties as a girlfriend. When asked if she still loves Diddy, Jane said yes. You know, one thing I noticed also is that Diddy, it's crazy because like Diddy wanted to see his girlfriends have sex with other guys, which is weird to most men, but there are some men who's into that. You know what I'm saying? Seeing their wife or woman sleep with another man. You know what I'm saying? You have guys that really get turned on by that, which is weird. But then again, it's like other people do that. That's their job. I'm not judging, but I'm just saying it is weird. You know what I'm saying? We wouldn't even, it's kind of surprised that a lot of people that is billionaire Diddy, we know this music mogul entrepreneur is into this crazy lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? It's wild, right? Let's continue. So Jane describes fantasy talk and wardrobe changes during hotel nights. Talking about performing during hotel night, Jane says she felt like she was the only person who knew what Diddy liked sexually. And when asked if she tried to be sexy for him, answered, I didn't try, I did. She said there were special outfits for some hotel nights with wardrobe initiated by Diddy, including a night on the Turks and Caicos Island. So I guess that's the island right there. Nice water there too. She said she would mostly wear 6-inch heels to perform for Diddy. Jane says sometimes when taking drugs, including ecstasy, she would fantasy talk. She would fantasy talk with the escorts, give an example, pretending Diddy was away on a plane and she was looking forward to getting the escort, who she calls an entertainer to herself. Jane also says she enjoyed carrying with Diddy after these marathon events, which were sometimes days long. At one point, she says the moments of love and intimacy with just the two of them at the hotel nights were all enjoyed about them. She said she felt he was trusting her in a vulnerable moment. She also says she would also look at Diddy's phone even when he was with her other women. Jane, what does that have to do with this whole thing? There is a moment of friction when Diddy's defense lawyer asked Jane if she saw her father's child when she was visiting Diddy on the East Coast. Jane responds, "And what does that have to do with this whole thing?" She asked if she made the choice to get on the plane and go to Miami. She says yes. So wow, they bring it Jane's old kid in this. Diddy was larger than life with a big personality, Jane says. Jane described Diddy as being a bright light, calling him confident and strong and very sure of himself with a big personality. She goes on to say he was motivated and encouraging, just larger than life. She says all this was very attractive to her and it helped her overcome the shyness she suffered from when they first met. Jane also admits she struggled with self-esteem previously and still does. You know, we got to remember that, you know, Jane Doe, she got with Diddy when Diddy, I think, was dating her friend or something like that. You know what I mean? So again, this whole situation is kind of weird how they really met. You know what I mean? dissection of Diddy's financial support for Jane. Discussion moves on to financial matters, and Jane says before meeting Diddy, she made around $50,000 as an influencer and claimed around $4,700 in child support. She says also paid her rent. Jane says that over the course of her relationship with Diddy, he wired her around $150,000. Wow. And invested $20,000 in a dress line she launched. When asked by Diddy's lawyer, Tenny Gregus, if she graduated to provide us, Jane said she finds successful men attractive, adding, my ideal partner is a partner and a provider. She says her lease on her home had begun in April 2023, and it had been important for her to get something bigger that was also up to Diddy's taste level. She said privacy also started to become an issue, and she thought that by having the house, they could carry out the hotel nights in privacy of their own home. Jane goes on to describe arguing with Diddy later in relationship over him using his payment of rent as a tool to control her by asking, "You need 3 months rent." She said she talked back to him, and he later sent her 20,000 unsolicited, with which she bought really nice furniture. In response, Jane sent a grateful text in which she called Diddy baby the count. The court hears. So Diddy gave her $150,000. Then we got something in my throat. Sorry about that, guys. So, like I was saying, Diddy gave her $150,000 and $20,000 to invest in her clothing line. So this kind of still goes into like, was this sex trafficking or whatever, or even coercion? You know, and like I said before, man, like um, I'm not really seeing it, but I kind of get where they're going at. I mean, the prosecutors, you know what I mean, and Diddy continue to pay her rent even to this day. He continued to pay her rent, and also Diddy's paying her lawyer fees also. You know what I mean? So Diddy's still doing all this while being on trial. So I don't know if the prosecutors. I mean, they done cross examining, but it's like, is it like, will I still have a stint on it? Because even though he's still paying her rent and paying for her lawyers, like, do that still mean like he still have some like type of power over her? You know what I'm saying? Let's continue though. Diddy nicknamed Jane Crack Pipe. Diddy nicknamed Jane Crack Pipe. Wow. The court has played a voicemail in which Diddy says he nicknamed Jane Crack Pipe because he had so much fun with her during their trip to the Turks and Caicos Island. When asked to clarify the nickname, Jane said he had an addiction to my text. Jane replies to Diddy's message saying, "Crack pipe is so real for both of us. It's definitely mutual. I just like everything you said. I am so thankful. I had so much fun. Turks was absolutely incredible. I am so happy." You got to remember, in the prosecutor testimony, the prosecutor, like, Jane Doe was upset because Diddy went to Turks and Caicos with another woman. And allegedly, I think it was Young Miami, you know what I'm saying, that he was dating also, a rapper from City Girls. And now she ended up being flued out to Turks and Caicos also. And they had freak offs and stuff there too. Diddy told me he was polygamous. Jane says Jane confirms her relationship with Diddy began in late 2020 when she went with him to get drugs. She says she kept it a secret from the father of her child because he did not have a good relationship with Diddy. Jane says Diddy told her he was polygamous towards the start of the relationship and said she didn't mind, but admits that as the relationship developed and emotions grew deeper, she found it hard to, particularly when Diddy appeared to be in a monogamous relationship with another woman. She agrees that his ability to easily shift his attentions to another girl hurt his feelings, and she wouldn't hold back in expressing her feelings. I'm guessing she meant her feeling. I'm not sure. Jane says, I was very colorful. I would call her a hoe. I would use everything I wanted him to be my man. She said Diddy was also jealous and possessive within the relationship. Diddy's drug use led to green gums and shaking hands, Jane said. Jane said she was aware of Diddy's drug habit and that after just a few dates, she could see he was depressed and had shaky hands. She says that when they were on the plane to Turks and Caicos Island, she could see he wasn't taking care of himself, Jane says. I felt he had Judas and his gums were green from drug use and his hands were shaking from consuming alcohol. Wow, Diddy must he really, really been taking these drugs. Like, this is crazy. And don't get me wrong, like they was listen, they would take ecstasy, cocaine, ketamine, man, it's some other drug that they've been taking, man. Like this is like they've been taking all type of stuff I never even heard of. Jane says she encouraged Diddy to go to rehab because he was overdoing the party. Jane says that while she noticed a strong pattern during the relationship, she wouldn't label it as a drug pattern. She would now sum it up by saying Diddy was a really big party guy, she adds. One Diddy to quit the drugs, she says he previously spoke about ketamine therapy as a way to quit a Xanax habit. Diddy liked the word voyeurism. I use coke, Jane says, as she questions if he was bi-curious. Discussing the swinger lifestyle central to Diddy's case, Jane agrees that he was driven by his desires while she was driven by her love for him. In a bid to understand the relationship, Jane says she discovered the word coco, which she describes as a man being turned on by wanting by wanting by watching his woman have sex with another man. Jane says she says the description was spot on and gave her a better understanding and around Diddy's need for hotel nights. Jane says she was particularly keen to know what was driven Diddy and to find a list of reasons. She says one reason she could see was for him to receive pleasure, adding some of the other things were that cooks could have by curiosity that they are too scared to do the act themselves. Wow. Okay. Very interesting. By curious that they are too scared to do the act themselves. When asked about voyeurism, Jane says he liked to use the word voyeurism. I use the word cook for myself. Wow, this is very interesting right here. By curiosity that they are too secret to do them act themselves. And see, that's what I said. That's what I was thinking. Because even though this is not my cup of tea, you know what I'm saying? But there are some men that like seeing women have sex with other men and be turned on by it. But what she's saying right there is like he not just like that. He likes seeing the man, like just seeing the man. You know what I'm saying? Seeing the man penis. You know what I'm saying? So it's like he want to see. He gets turned on. It's like he want to see the woman do it, but it's like he want to do it himself. You know what I'm saying? Like he want to mess with the guy. Basically, that's what she's saying. You know what I'm saying? Like he basically want to mess with the guy, but he's scared to act on it himself. Wow, that's crazy. I didn't picture that. You know what I mean? I didn't picture that because, like I say, man, Diddy's a billionaire entrepreneur, and he done dated so many women, so many beautiful women. You know what I mean? So it's like that's why I say a lot of that stuff is very surprising. You know. And that's when I first heard it. I'm like, man, is Diddy? I don't want to say he's gay because he got kids and shit, so he can be bi. So is he bi? Wow, wow. Okay, let's continue. Fuck It Friday was a chance to party really hard, Jane says. Discussing their use of drugs together, Jane says she took ecstasy to help her get through hotel nights and that Diddy would take it to point him in a good mood when he was agitated and stressed from the day. She describes a tradition they had called Fuck It Friday, which Jane says is when he let loose and wants to party really hard. Jane says the events will release pressure from various things in his personal life, adding, we party big on Fridays. It ain't like they already fucking party. You know what I'm saying? Now they got a name for it, Fuck Fridays. Like, man, y'all was going hard all this time. Every night y'all have freak offs, y'all going hard. You know what I'm saying? Taking all these drugs and stuff. Now y'all got the name for it, Fuck Fridays. Crazy. They got fuck Fridays and they got hotel nights. Wow. Let's continue. Jane says she was transported drugs for Diddy multiple times. Jane says she carried drugs twice for Diddy and contacted his chief of staff at the time, Christina Coram. You see, keep in mind, Christina Coram, she's Diddy's assistant. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if she's going to testify, and I said this before because I'm seeing her name come up a lot in this trial. You know what I'm saying? I'm seeing her name really come up a lot in this trial. And I don't know if she's gonna testify, and I don't know if D-Rock gonna testify, Diddy's old security guard, because they know a lot, and their name continue to come up in this trial. Okay. She says Diddy carried drugs twice for Diddy and contacted his chief of staff at the time, Christina Quam, about how she would pack it in her luggage. While she says she was close to Quam, she resented the fact that Quam was always with Diddy, adding, "It was difficult for our relationship. I believe that she had very strong feelings about me, which influenced a great deal with how Sean treated her." Wow. Diddy was Michael Jordan. Basketball star's name is used for hotel night. Personally, Jane said, wow. Jane has previously described her part in booking some of the male entertainers or escorts for Diddy's hotel nights, and on occasion says she objected to having sex with certain men, including one who she had smelled. Going through a list of escorts she used with Diddy, she agrees that Don was handsome with blue eyes and Paul was really nice with a warm energy. She agrees that she had a great sexual experience with Paul. She also says the names of basketball stars were used as hotel nights nicknames, calling herself Kobe Bryant. Paul was dubbed Shaq after Shaquille O'Neal, and Diddy was called Michael Jordan. Wow. Oh my goodness, man. She said the collective nickname was the trifecta again after the three basketball stars. Jane described recruiting escorts called Gabriel and Anton after watching them on the pornographic website Blacked and contacted them via Instagram. Jane told us yesterday that Gabriel later attempted to blackmail her and Diddy over a video where she was shot on his phone during a hotel night showing him having sex with her. Wow. So I guess this guy, Gabriel was like trying to blackmail Diddy and Jane Doe. The code is now bread. Okay. So that's Jane Doe right there. Jane reads out text discussing sex parties in a big boom grand finale. The court has shown text messages between Diddy and Jane from late 2021, around a year after they first began dating. There was more fantasy talk with Jane King to meet up with Diddy and saying she would go to the lingerie shop to buy black matrix underwear to please him. Defense attorney Tenny Gregors asked if she knew the fantasy talk would turn Diddy on. But Jane replies that she did, but that Diddy often only gave her the option to him in a fantasy group sex context rather than a one-on-one. She replies, yes, talking about want to see each other, and the option he is giving me is him and Paul. She says meeting with an escort to please Diddy was her only option, adding, I wanted to see my lover. She says Diddy would keep returning to the subject of bringing a male escort as a tense, saying it would keep her performing and adding, it was 2021. I was madly in love. I'm in great spirits. I'm agreeable here. She finishes one message in response to Diddy's suggestion such a meet. I'm just fine, baby. In later message, she brings up the topic of sex parties and when asked about it, tells the lawyer, once Sean was telling me about sex parties and said we should go to one. She says she was giving him options by suggesting it. There's also discussion over which escorts to hire, including Dawn and Gabriel. But Jane reminds Diddy he previously said he wanted to save Gabriel for a grand finale for when the album was done. She calls this a showstopper, big boom, and game over situation. So as we see right here, she says meeting with an escort to please Diddy was her only option, adding, I wanted to see my lover. So when she would text Diddy that, she says also, Diddy would keep returning to the subject of bringing a male escort as a tent, saying it would keep her performing and adding, it's on 2021 and I was madly in love. I'm in great spirits and agreeable. So basically, She wanted to. She also said, but Jane replied that she did, but that Diddy often only gave her the option to him in a fantasy group sex content rather than one on one. So Jane don't want to be one on one with Diddy, but like I say, man, the biocarrier is it. Diddy wanted to always not this. It seems that Diddy he I don't know if he can't get turned on by just having sex with a woman. It's like he got a guy, another guy got to be there for him to really get turned on because she want to be one on one with this guy. You know what I'm saying? This guy that she could tend to agree to do this freak offs with. You know what I'm saying? And she's madly in love with this guy, so she just wanted to be one on one. But Diddy seemed like he don't want to be one on one with her. You know what I mean? Like he want another person to be there and not just another woman. He want another guy there. Crazy, right? Let's continue. Jane and defense lawyer lock heads over handbags. Yesterday, during Jane's evidence, we heard that she was upset because there wasn't anything possible to share on social media from her relationship with Diddy. In one message discussed today, Jane is asking Diddy if his home girl is there with him posting on Instagram. Jane said she felt she endured most of the pressure during her time with Diddy and looking back could see just a chaotic whirlwind of dark on her own social media accounts, where she said she wasn't proud of doing a relationship. She said she felt Diddy offered beautiful things to the other girls that they could share and goes on to the shot Diddy in another message asking him if he brought his homegirl a Chanel bag, even though she said she's been fucking your friends in front of your face. Instead of a Chanel bag, Jane said she got trauma. Wow. So Diddy would basically buy the other girls Chanel bags, and she said she got trauma. Wow, that's crazy. That's crazy and sad at the same time. You know what I'm saying? A tense discussion with attorney for Borregas ensures with the defense attorney asking, "Did you get a Van Cleef necklace?" Mason Van Cleef operates as a French luxury jeweler brand costing between 3,000 and 60,000. Wow. It's followed by the question, "What is a Bottega bag?" Jane responds, "I'm sure you have one." Wow. She telling the lawyer, "I'm sure you have one." Wow. So this is Diddy team right here. Diddy's lawyers right here, man. So I'm guessing this is Tini Guegas right here. Guegas says, "How much?" She says, "How much?" Guegas says, "How much do Bottega bags run to?" And Jane replies, "How much does my body cost?" Wow. Wow, that's crazy. Jane Doe said, "How much my body costs?" Oh my goodness. The fashion and luxury woven leather bags don't come cheap, costing between 2,000 and 9,000 each. Wow, that's crazy. So Jane said, "How much my body costs?" So what that telling me is that her body's for sale. I mean, me now, in my opinion, she's saying that how much my body costs. It's like, okay, what are you trying to say? Like, you telling me your body's paid for, even though, yo, that's a crazy statement right there. That's a crazy answer that she said that. Wow. Court finished. Okay, so court is over. Wow. That's crazy. So tomorrow, man, she's going to be on stand tomorrow also. Well, I mean, it's Wednesday morning now, but she's going to be on stand today. It's not going. I think court starts around like 1 o'clock. I don't know why it starts so late though. I'm not sure why it's court starting at 1 p.m. instead of like 9. I'm not sure about that. Um, we're gonna see, man. But let me see if I can pull up somebody that was in court. Lauren Carlin, man, I'll be following her on Twitter and stuff like that. She's pretty good at she bees in court. There's a few other people that I follow that bees in court, like Amon Wiggins, other people too. Let me see if I can pull it up right quick.
U.S. versus Sean Combs, day 20, afternoon update. I'm doing my update right here at the courthouse because we ended a little early, but I have to just right off the bat tell you about a very hostile moment with Jane and Tenny Garagos, and it was pretty wild. I mean, there were gasps from the jury, and there were gasps in the gallery, and it stemmed from a text exchange between Diddy and Jane, and Jane was upset because Diddy had been texting her about, she thought he was texting her because he missed her and he was bringing up two of the escorts that they had hotel sessions with. And then she sees a social media post of Diddy and a girl that he's with, spending quality time with. And I guess he also bought this girl a Chanel bag and she posted it. And Tenny's reading the text message that Jane sent him, and it's something along the lines about like, you just want to use me for the hotel stuff while you're spending quality time, and like you got her a Chanel bag, lol, this shit's crazy, all this stuff. And Tenny's like, so I mean, you didn't get a Chanel bag. And Jane goes, no, I only got trauma. And she said, but you got a Bottega bag, because she had testified that he bought her a Bottega bag. And she said, but you got a Bottega bag and a Van Cleef. How much is a Bottega bag? And Jane says, how much is my body? And then at one point before that, and I skipped over this, but at one point before that, Tenny said, what is a Bottega bag? And she said, you probably have one. That's what Jane said. And so after this, and she talked about the price, and she's like, how much? And Jane said a Bottega bag is $2,000, and then she's like, how much is a Chanel bag? And she's like, I don't know. And right before that, the judge kind of scolded Jane to just answer the questions. And then Jane was like, can we take a break? And then when we got back from the break, Jane actually apologized, and she just said, I apologize. And also, when we got back from the break, the judge told the jury that we were going to end early, and one of the jurors goes, yay. But okay, so essentially the cross this afternoon, I actually was very excited to leave, because I would say 90% of the afternoon was spent on explicit text messages. And when I say explicit, I mean, I'm an adult, I can handle it. These were very explicit, and Jane had to read most of them. So, and I think that was to sort of show that she would text Diddy that she was having fantasies about certain escorts, and she would kind of explain herself and say, yeah, well, I was kind of placating, etc. But nevertheless, we did hear about texts that she sent, saying that these escorts turned her on and she was thinking about them, etc., etc. At another point, Tenny kind of brought up, you said like you hadn't really done anything in the 3 years that you were with Diddy, and then she kind of brought up that you had your dress line business, you also had a swimsuit business, you got to live in this beautiful house, kind of saying, your apartment before was X many square feet, and now this house is double. You can raise your child in this. And she even brought up the fact that her dress line business was profitable. So she's like, in 3 years, you didn't really do nothing. You did do stuff. And Jane kind of said, well, it's here nor there, but I feel like I could have done a lot more, etc. Let me see what else. There was also just text messages between Jane and Diddy where she says, I wish you were here so we could play our videos, meaning the videos they recorded in the different hotel rooms. And then she showed us 2 instances of text messages where Diddy essentially says to Jane, and we saw kind of the same thing with Cassie, like, we don't have to do any more of these hotel nights, or debauchery they called it. It can be just us. And okay, so then we saw this one text thread, again, more dirty text, but Jane tells Diddy that she feels sexiest when she's intoxicated off of wine. And Diddy responds, oh, I didn't know that. And they're kind of talking about hotel nights and what makes her feel the sexiest. And he says, I didn't know that. You don't have to do Molly. And he also says something like, we don't have to get crazy for the rest of the year. And Jane says something like, it's okay with me, meaning like, I don't mind necessarily getting crazy. That's fine. And
So in that instance right there, that's kind of a good question that the defense lawyer asked her. I mean, that Diddy said, we don't have to take these Molly or whatever, and she says okay. So he really wasn't forcing her to take any drugs. You know what I'm saying? Like they took a lot of drugs. So in the instance right here, I'm guessing they trying to show the jury that listen, she kind of did most of the stuff on her own. She did most of the stuff willingly. You know what I'm saying? So that was kind of like interesting right there.
And Diddy says, "What do you mean?" And Jane testified that she took that whole thing as like an angry undertone when he said, "We don't have to go crazy for a year," almost kind of like a test. And that's my words, not hers, but that's how I kind of translated this. And Jane says, after he says, "What do you mean?" She said, "I love that we have this freedom with one another." And Diddy says, "You don't think I can do it," meaning not have a hotel night. And she says, "I just know that there will be debauchery before the end of the year. I don't mind it. I just want some romance time." And Diddy says, "I'm going to make you beg for debauchery." And then she gives like a laughing face and says, "Okay, let's try it, but I love it all with you." And then Diddy texts back, "I love the times that it's just me and you." And then again, we ended with just more text messages about hotel nights. And that was when she kind of said, "I want him to play this video." And yeah, overall, it was just a day. It was an afternoon as well. So tomorrow, again, I mentioned there will be a short day. So I'll probably just do one update in the afternoon. But yeah, I think yeah.
So like I say, court today, like I say, man, right now it's like 4:10 a.m. So court today is not going to be at 9. It's going to be at 1. So I don't know if it's going to be 1 to 3, maybe 1 to 5. So it's going to be a short day tomorrow. That might mean Jane Doe going to be on the stand tomorrow and Thursday morning. You know what I mean? Since tomorrow's going to be short. But man, listen, she's this Jane Doe. We already know who she is. But anyway, in my opinion, man, like I say, this girl seems like she just loved Diddy. You know what I mean? She really loved this guy. Almost the same situation with Cassie, besides a lot of abuse. But Diddy did abuse this woman here, but he didn't abuse her more than he abused Cassie. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of the text message stuff like that, man, she really wanted to please Diddy. She was also jealous because Diddy was dating other women. But going in a relationship, Diddy already told her that he dates other women. So she's being jealous shouldn't be really that concerning. You know what I'm saying? But it's a woman, so a woman has emotions. So of course she's gonna be jealous, even though she says she's not. So I don't know, man. We're gonna see what's gonna happen tomorrow, well today, and go from there. Let me see what else, man, I can talk about before I go to sleep. Let's see. So the BET Awards, man. The BET Awards was last night. I haven't really watched the BET Awards in so long. You know what I mean? But it was last night, and the crazy thing is they had a lot of live streamers there, like Kai Sinet and some other people there. So that was pretty interesting, man. Let me see if I can maybe pull up some videos and stuff like that. Let's see. Let me see. We got some videos, man, of last night. Oh man, let's talk about this right quick, man. Brittany Renner, and Kevin Gates, they got a divorce. Yeah, Stones on Twitter. Okay. Yeah, man, her and Kevin Gates got a divorce, which is crazy. Let me see if I can pull up a video like where she talked about that shit. Because that's crazy. And I already know that they wasn't really gonna be together that long. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if her and Kevin Gates' marriage was like a publicity stunt or what. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. But let me see. Let me see when she talked about it. Let me pull this up right quick. So yeah, Kevin Gates, a rapper. Brittany Renner, she's a influencer, or whatever you want to call it. Her and Kevin Gates seem to have got a divorce.
And we're rolling. All right. Real 92.3 Bootleg Kev. My friend Brittany Renner is here. Good to see you, Brittany.
Good to see you too. I was excited when I was like,
You're like, hey, I'm Brittany. That's been
like there should be no man touching me except my husband.
Mr. Gates. Yeah. Are you guys married? Or is this like a yeah, I don't know. How does this, I mean, first of all, Kevin's the best. You got to keep her. He's a great guy. Very, very, very. Is he still? Are you guys? Is he?
You can see right there. You can see her tone. You can see her body, her facial expressions. That should have told the interviewer right there, like, there's something going on. You know what I'm saying? Because when somebody see you, like I said, they just got married, allegedly. So I figured her facial expressions probably would have been like, you know what, smiling. Yes, he's a good guy. You know what I'm saying? But
He going. Did you release his semen retention?
Okay, first of all, you guys like 3 questions. So
Okay, well,
slow
first things first. He was doing semen retention last time I saw him. Has the retention been lifted?
Okay, well that's a question you would have to ask him.
Okay.
But we got married April 6th and divorced May 28th.
So you're divorced.
Yes. But there is a 90-day waiting period in Islam where it's basically you have 90 days to see if you're pregnant because then he would be responsible, right? And then also in those 90 days, it's for reconciliation because Allah wants you to stay married. And then during those 90 days, you are not to like entertain anybody romantically. So what I will say is that Islam has made my life a lot easier. I think even with this transition and, things changing,
Right.
honestly, it's like, I don't think anybody gets married to not stay married. So I think my biggest thing for me is this is a nice 90-day reset, just focusing on myself and pouring into myself. And what I also will add is that I followed my heart, and that's more than what most people can say in this world. And I have no shame in that. That's why I'm here. BET Awards. As you can see, I'm out here on this blacktop by myself.
Yeah, I feel like you've always been, I think anybody who ever speaks with you or listens to your long form conversations will have, I feel like you have your misconceptions because obviously you're in tabloids, you're on fucking Basketball Wives, you're on online.
Yeah.
People make their assumptions about you and who you are, but I feel like anybody who's like ever heard you speak and articulate yourself knows that like you have a great head on your shoulders and you're not some fucking bop. You know what I'm saying? So. Damn. So the divorce was like a week ago. Damn, that sucks.
Many plan, but Allah is the best of planners. So I don't question that, and I don't feel like it's a sucky situation because what is meant to be is always going to be.
So you guys end up divorced, and now there's like a 90-day cool-off period. If it reconciles, or you happen to be with child.
No, I'm not with child.
You're not. Okay.
No,
okay. I don't know. That's what you said.
No. I'm saying that's what the time period is for. Yeah. That's why that's in place for that. So it's like, basically, if you were to, divorce and then he's like, oh, it's not mine. So there's the 3 cycles. That's kind of why it's 90 days. 3 cycles.
I can imagine being who you are, how much courage and how much it takes for you to step out publicly with somebody. Are you good?
All is truly well. I'm here, aren't I?
Yeah. I don't know. I could just
Yeah.
imagine,
No. If I wasn't okay, like I said, I would.
Because I know you like you I feel like you stepping out publicly with somebody is huge for you personally, as for anybody. But you're a public figure, and
yeah.
so,
Yeah. I mean.
listen, Brittany Renner, she just turned to this religion, and she got a baby by an NBA player, man, PJ Washington. And a few years ago, she's been in the news a while. She just turned to this religion right here, Islam, which is cool. You know what I'm saying? I don't judge nobody from their religion or whatever, because the last couple of years, man, Brittany Renner, she's really been out there. Not like having sex with a lot of guys and stuff like that, man. But she really wasn't how can I say wifey material. You know what I'm saying? She was one of those people that, you know, if you made it to the NBA or NFL or whatever, she's be one of those women that will really like try to get with you because she dated her. She got, like I said, she got a baby by PJ Washington. She's way older than this guy. You know what I'm saying? So let me see if I can play something right quick.
You know why I love war? Because the objective of war is peace. And sometimes to get peace, you have to choose violence. I mean, and nobody wants to resort to violence. But sometimes you gotta punch the bully in the mouth just to show them this ain't that. See, I don't play by me. I just don't. I will do any and everything to protect, honor, and serve myself. If you truly prioritize your peace, you have no problem embracing a little mayhem to clear things out of the way. So when the dust settles, zen at last, zen at last. Thank God Almighty, we have zen at last. Everyone wants peace, but nobody likes confrontation.
I know it was some
You know why I love war?
other videos, man, that she's she be acting crazy. Before she turned to Islam, Brittany really was out there. You know what I'm saying? And I'm trying to find a video that I can show y'all right quick. That she's all quiet and peaceful now, but before this, right before she turned to Islam, she was tell your son to run away for real. Let me see. That's one thing about the internet, man. You have to like look for shit.
Place where I've just accepted that my light is so bright that it causes all of the roaches to scatter in places they thought they could hide. It's just me being me. It just causes such an uproar. Like, loving yourself is such a rebellious act these days, you know? But I'm here to tell you, I am so not sorry. Place where
Even also Deion Sanders, man. Deion Sanders, NFL coach. He brought her in to speak to speak to some of the players, and I thought that was kind of interesting because a woman of her stature, teaching the guys like what to really look for, as in gold diggers or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Calm down.
Can you introduce yourself and let's go from step A to Z, because we got to kind of show these guys the other side
Right.
of game. And that's why you gracefully blessed us with your presence so they could understand from your point of view how this game is played.
So my name is Brittany Renner, aka Bundle of Brittany on Instagram. I have been on social media for
This joke ain't took notes all year, but now you want to take it. that's how the game starts, with the phone.
Right.
They go on Instagram and they see you. And what happens? They try to get off in them DMs. And kind of take us on the journey of how this is played out.
I mean, honey, like, I feel like my DMs, it's like a Nike store. There's nothing but checks. So it just, for me, I feel like
Hold on. They missed that game.
Nothing but blue checks.
They missed that game right there. She says like a Nike store.
It's like a Nike store. There's nothing but blue checks. So honestly, when you reach a certain status, you can have the pick of the litter. So for me,
She don't mean checks, paper. She mean blue checks.
I'm talking heavy
Verified.
hitters. Some of y'all's favorite rappers, NBA players, football players. It's like, to me, once you reach that level just of popularity, the world is your oyster. You can do whatever you want.
So she's basically teaching these guys. This was Deion Sanders, man, when he was at Jackson State University. Now he's at Colorado University, but he was there a couple years, and she's like in there showing these guys that a lot of gold digger women will be in your DMs, Instagram, message you and stuff like that, and try to get you to talk to them. And next thing you know, you get caught up in dating these beautiful women. And next thing you know, you don't marry them, you end up having babies by these women, and they use your ass for child support and stuff like that. So he brought her in just to explain basically how it really goes with women, beautiful women, you know what I'm saying, young athletes, and how they get caught up.
And for me, my whole journey on here, I felt like my life almost felt like I was in Disney World, like I lived in Disney World. Like, you get to skip the line, you get privilege, like people just want to be next to you. They don't even see you as human anymore. And you can either, you know, use it to your advantage and maybe abuse it, or you can, you know, try to make something happen. So a lot of guys who are in my DM, you're in my DM because I'm Brittany Renner. So naturally, if you play a sport, it's kind of like, well, that's an incentive to talk to you. A lot of times, women, men in general, everybody wants something.
Thank you.
Everybody wants something. So it's like, even if we both have our own thing going on, me still being with you is a good look because you boost my stock. Just like you boost my, you know what I'm saying? Like, I boost your stock. It's just that simple. It's kind of like a give and take, but you have to be aware of what you're signing up for. You want to make it to the NFL, and it's kind of like, you do understand there's a lot that comes with that, right? There's gonna, like, to be able to decipher who really loves you for you, I think that's like the billion-dollar question we're all wanting to know.
This is how the game is played. Please know that. We putting you up on game because some of y'all gonna make it. I hope, pray all of y'all make it, even if you make it in the business world. That's a whole nother category of game. In that world too. They just dress it up a little different.
Yeah.
The game is the same. Only thing changed is your names.
Yeah.
That's the stuff I just spit right there.
You are useful, and it's better to be useful than useless. So you just have to have that understanding that, okay, I have something to offer, you know, whether that's financial, status-wise, whatever. And people do see that as a bonus to be with you. There's nothing wrong with that because you both of you can have stuff going on, but you just have to be aware nobody is just here for.
Yeah, she's a very interesting character, if I may say. She's but this is the moment that she kind of like expressed herself when she said how she felt. Well, hold up. Instead of that, let's play this right here. How she slept with like a couple men in 24 hours.
I remember
Let's hear
when
it.
I'm trying to think. I don't know if you said it on a radio show or TV show about your dating prowess. You was with one man, two men, three men, four men over the course of a 24-hour, 48-hour span. Did you think about the ramifications of how people, men, women, everybody would look at you? Because, or does that not bother you? Or you learn to tune that out?
So you're referring to one incident, or I can actually recall it, pinpoint it perfect for you. There was a video that I did in my car where I was talking about how I had sex with, was it 3 men in a day?
Yes.
And then I ended up getting a yeast infection.
Yes.
I came out pretty unscathed for just a yeast infection.
Right.
Considering what I could have gotten.
Right.
It wasn't that you know,
Well,
oh man, I hope
could
people
got
don't.
a kid out of it. I mean, they talk
Oh,
about.
I was on birth control for 10 years before I had my son. I got off of it because there was a conversation with my child's father.
Okay.
So I again, the whole trapping thing, can't trap the willing, babe. And on top of that, I never wanted to have a. I looked at kids as
You
crotch
never wanted
goblins.
to be you never wanted a baby daddy. You wanted to be a mom. You didn't want to be a
Yes.
baby mama. You wanted to be a wife.
And that's why I waited so long. I had my baby when I was 29. I thought I was doing it right. I thought that was my guy. And I never really liked kids. I always thought I referred to them as crotch goblins, to be honest. You know, but as I got older, I wanted one.
But did you think?
Did I think about the ramifications
Yes.
of telling people that I had sex with multiple men? Yes, I don't care. It's the truth. If you don't see me as a potential dating person, then great. One less heart to break. Leave me alone, and I'm gonna continue to live my truth.
But you do understand, Brittany, that's hard for a man. Look, like you said, public versus private. Now, if you and I having a conversation, and you're sitting in here, we have a conversation, and you say, well, Shannon, I slept with this many men. Okay, that's one thing. That's between you and I. But to have that conversation, and then everybody, Sam, John, and everybody else knows it, that's a whole different ball game, Brittany.
With Asana.
Hey, no judgment from me. You know what I'm saying? That she can sleep with whoever she wants to sleep with, have sex with how many guys she want to have with. I know a lot of women say a woman's body count shouldn't matter, but I mean, listen, it's 2025. I ain't gonna lie to you, body count do matter. I ain't gonna lie to you. But let's play one more video before I get my full context of just my conclusion of Brittany Renner and Kevin Gates' relationship. This is how she felt about Kevin. There was at like some kind of event or whatever.
Slam has made my life better in every single category. And like my husband says, the closer you get to God, the more you get. And literally in every category of my life, I mean, dreams happen, like miracles happen once in a while every day, you know? So it's been really beautiful. It's changed my life for the better.
I'd love to hear that. I mean, of course, Kevin is here supporting you tonight. How does it feel to have him stand behind you? And what is it about him that you were like, he's the one for me?
His name echoes in every chamber of my heart. And it's hard to describe a love like that. All I can say is that I'm with the person that I quite literally dreamed of. And to be able to just wake up next to him and spend time with him, even to have him here behind me, it's like so surreal. I'm like, oh my God, I love him. So yeah, he's just the most beautiful person inside and out that I've ever met. And I'm just so thankful that Allah blessed me with him. So it's.
Yeah, man. Listen, that's how she felt at the time. With Kevin Gates, Kevin Gates, I thought him and his ex-wife, baby mama, Drika Gates was together, but kind of found out him and Brittany Renner got together. In society, man, and in Hollywood, we continue to have these, like, before it'd be Hollywood, like celebrity and stuff like that, and also rappers and musicians and stuff. They continue to date almost the same woman or whatever, you know what I mean? So eventually 9 out of 10, she probably gonna date somebody else that we all know, which is cool, but it's like, why y'all dating the same people? But like I said before in the beginning, that Brittany Renner wasn't that calm girl right there talking, you know what I'm saying, before she joined the Islam religion, you know what I'm saying, before she was out there online in her car just talking, putting videos out, you know what I'm saying, telling her, about her baby daddy and stuff like that, and how she used men and stuff like that, having sex with men. Right there, the clip with Club Shay Shay on the Shannon Sharp podcast, she slept with 3 men in 24 hours, and like I say, man, I don't judge nobody, but then again, I'm a guy, and I'm gonna keep it real that any woman that sleep with 3 guys in 24 hours, you're definitely not wife material in my eyes, but then again, I don't know them from a can of paint, but I'm just saying that any woman that does that, you're not wife material. You know what I'm saying? Now she's transitioned to this religion to turn over a new leaf, and is that a good thing? Yeah. But do people really forget with all the stuff that goes on that she did before? Everything is online, man. Anything you put on the internet is going to basically stay there forever. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of those videos right there, it's still out there, And is she a bad woman? No, she's not, but your past, I don't know. I mean, your past kind of like people can change, people can change. So I'm not gonna say that, but this is very interesting that I saw her and Kevin Gates and together, then they got married, now they divorced. So it's like, is this like a publicity stunt between her and Kevin Gates? I don't know. He just came out with an album a couple months ago, so I don't know. It's crazy, man. But hey, wish them luck on their new adventure in life. So let's move on, man. See what else we can talk about. Oh man, 4:34 in the morning. Let's see. Well, like I said, I did brought up the BET Wars. Let's see what else. Let me see. I can talk about with that. Let me see. And like I said before, man, I haven't seen the BET Wars in a while. I remember growing up, man. Remember growing up, I used to always used to be hyped about seeing the BET Awards when I was younger, you know. And now as I got older and stuff like that, man, I work a lot, and it really, I mean, I don't know, I haven't really been excited about it no more. You know what I'm saying? Never really been excited about it. I must say, I'm not gonna lie to you, man. Gorilla, she looks good. I ain't gonna even cap. One thing I don't like about some women, like when they have a lot of tattoos. Don't get me wrong, I got tattoos with her, but it's like I'm not big on tattoos, even though I got some. I mean, I want a couple more, and that'd be it. You know what I'm saying? But I don't like a lot of women that have a lot of tattoos on them. But she do look good though. I ain't go cat. I got Sierra. Okay. One thing about Sierra, man, Sierra, she always look good. I don't know about the outfit right there though. I don't know about that, but she always look good. Diddy ex girlfriend, Young Miami. I thought they was gonna bring her to this. I thought they was gonna call her to the stand. But I guess not. What Mariah Carey always look good. Always look good. Always look good. Mariah Carey about 50, 60 years old, and she still look good. That's crazy. I don't know why her. Well, I ain't gonna say why, but like I don't know how Nick Cannon divorced her. Well, I don't know why they got a divorce. Like that dude, wow. If you're just joining, man, like to subscribe to my channel, like the video. It's 4 a.m. in the morning. I took a nap earlier, and now I'm up. Couldn't sleep, so I thought I'd hop online, just rant for a minute. You know what I'm saying? And like I say, one thing about what the BET Awards did. They let Kai Cenat live stream.
Oh, Kevin Gates.
Yes, sir.
Kevin Gates. How you doing?
I'm amazing, bro. Man, why you ain't talking about the university shit, man?
Did you apply?
You should have let me come be a professor.
But you applied? Man, why you do LeBron like that, man?
Man, you ain't
Man,
kidding.
why you do LeBron like that?
The only game he won was the one that I went to.
Oh, okay.
I brought the good in.
Come here.
So they let Kai Cenat, Kai Cenat is a streamer, man, from Twitch. They let him live stream the BET Awards. I thought that was kind of dope, though. I thought that was kind of dope because you're getting new fans in there. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I haven't really seen the BET Awards in some years now. And getting more newer fans. That's pretty cool. Papoose and the boxing champion, man, Clarissa Shields. That's the rest of the BET Awards is something.
Oh, shit.
Get a hug. It's been a while.
Been a minute. You gotta keep.
Proud of me?
Hey, what's up, brother?
Hi.
Bow Wow and Erica Mena, they used to date. Bow Wow is a lot of people hate on Bow Wow, man, but Bow Wow back in the day was that guy. He was pretty when he was young, when he was coming up. I think I'm like a couple years older than Bow Wow. But yeah, Bow Wow was the man growing up. I'm not gonna lie to you. Bow Wow he was one of them dudes back then, man. Very young, very talented. You know what I'm saying? A lot of fans and stuff like that. So a lot of people in this days, they forget, but they don't really know. You know what I mean? But he was that dude. What else, man? Lil Wayne came out with an album. Really wasn't all that, in my opinion. Okay. What is this right here?
Making me look crazy right now, just letting you know. What? That's making me look crazy. The exchange that we had in the hallway. It's my bad, bro. They're running with it, but we'll talk later. Yo, I ain't wrong, bro. What up, Rusty? You good? What you playing on your Nintendo Switch? Smash. Smash, bro? I'll beat you. Alright, gang. Chad, does anybody have the Nintendo Switch? You're not even a Nintendo Switch type of nigga. Nah, me neither. I ain't gonna lie. But I heard it was crazy though. I heard it was crazy, bro. Wally. Oh my God, that was somebody crazy. Hey, the whole chat knows him.
Wale?
What he do?
Rap.
Oh, word?
Lotus Flower Bomb and all that stuff.
Oh, shit.
So Kai Cenat seemed to didn't know who Wale was. Wale is a rapper, man, and I haven't really heard nothing really from Wale in maybe a year or two. But Wale was that dude last couple of years. Even before J. Cole, there was Wale, and now we have J. Cole. You know what I'm saying? Wale was that dude that can really rap. So I guess he kind of confronted Kai for not really knowing who the hell he was, and a lot of people got on him. But one thing I wouldn't do. I wouldn't did that right there. You know what I'm saying? I probably would have behind the scenes off live, because Kai's live streaming the whole thing all night. So I wouldn't got on camera. I probably would have DM hey man, you know what I'm saying? Why not why, but just hey man, this is me. You don't remember me? You know what I mean? I wouldn't confront him like that right there, because I think that kind of that does kind of make him look crazy. You know what I'm saying? Why you confront that dude? But whatever. If he didn't know, he didn't know. Kai's young. I don't know if he's a big rapper head. You know what I'm saying? Justin Bieber shares new photos. Tired of transactional relationships. If I have to do something to be loved, that's not love. What I notice, what I noticed the last few man, the last few months, man, Justin Bieber seemed to be losing some weight. Um, the photos that I see from photographers and stuff like that, man, they don't look good. You know what I'm saying? And Justin Bieber is one of those kids that he's one of those kids that grew up like Bow Wow. You know what I'm saying? Grew up young, top of the world, top of the game, multimillionaire, millions and millions of fans, touring and all that stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And as you get old, it's like, wow. You know what I'm saying? You did everything. I'm rich, you know. But it's like he be drinking. I don't know. I don't know if he do drugs, man. I don't know if Justin Bieber do drugs, man. But like I say, these last few photos and stuff like that, man. Let me see if I can pull up some photos right quick, man. So y'all don't think I'm talking crazy. You know, over the years, man, we see, before when Justin was young, man, we see him as a young kid, and now we see him just, we see him tatted up. You know what I'm saying? And nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing is wrong with that. This young kid, man, and as he grew up, turned to a man. You know what I'm saying? A grown man. But these last few months or years, though, man, seem like Justin. I don't know if he's going through something. He's married. He's married to Haley. What's her name, man? Haley something. I forgot her last name, but yeah, had a baby and everything. But it seemed that he got skinnier and he just looking crazy sometimes. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if it's just me or what, and I don't know if it just I don't know what he going through. You know what I'm saying? And I can't really say what he going through but I'm just look like he going through something. You know. I don't want to play something and get damn copyrighted, man. I don't want to play something and get freaking copyrighted.
If you haven't heard of
Besides that, man, if anybody up with me, man, how y'all doing this morning? Man? Like I said, it's 5 a.m. in the morning now.
Clapping back at fans after worries over his mental health. On Instagram, an entertainment account posted this screenshot of text messages from Grandpa that reads, "I'm worried about Justin Bieber. There's so much heartbreak in Justin's life." But the pop star had some fighting words for the account, writing, "Worry about yourself, Gramps." And on June 10th, he reposted this fan account's edit of his clapback.
Baby, won't you come my way?
Post reads, "Justin's reply to this Instagram post is sending me. He is pissed. And he is so over y'all's BS." This comes as fans express concerns. On June 8th, Justin posted this selfie that reads, "Tired of transactional relationships. If I have to do something to be loved, that's not love." He also posted a series of 14 very similar selfies, wearing a red sweatshirt and a backwards baseball hat, with the caption, "You could point at my flaws, or you could recognize your own little."
personal message. Why was Justin Bieber acting so off at Coachella? No wonder everyone's concerned after these clips went viral. He looked drained, distant, barely holding it together. Now the internet's in full meltdown mode. Selena Gomez just got engaged, and fans are convinced Justin is spiraling. These clips might be the proof. Watch this and tell me he's okay. Why was Justin Bieber acting so off at Coachella?
You know, he was performing recently. Let me see. He was just performing. With SZA, Kendrick Lamar tour. Yeah, and I thought that looked like a little, you know, I don't know, man. You know, I'm a fan of Justin. You know, I never bought none of his album, nothing like that. But seeing something like that and seeing some of the videos, man, and as I seen this guy, you know, grew up, not really grew up, but like seeing his music when he was younger and seeing him now and some of the videos that I see, man, it is kind of like, you know, you do have these celebrities, man, these rappers or just any celebrity, man, they do a lot of drugs. Um, you know, like I say, man, this guy was rich since he was young, you know, touring, doing a lot of commercials, stuff like that, man. So it's like I can't, like I said, I really can't say what nobody really going through, but it's like I hope he gets help. He got a kid now. He's married. You know, only thing you do is wish the best for people. You know, so and like I say, man, a video or picture can speak a thousand words, but then again, it's like we don't know what they're going through. You know, yeah, we see a picture, we can judge, yeah, we can give our opinion, but it's like we don't know. The kid, this guy can be happy as hell. You know what I'm saying? It just can be an off day, you know. But when you see many photos and many videos, is it just off days or he really is going through something? I don't know. You know, like I say, man, this guy's a multimillionaire. His wife is a multimillionaire. She just sold her business for I think $1 billion. You know what I mean? So me as I'm not rich or whatever, you know what I'm saying? So it's like me kind of give some type of advice. It's like is go in one ear out the other. You know, so I know he can get help. And that's one thing I noticed, man, that people that got all the money in the world, they seem like they don't want to get help, but seem like they can get help. Now people that don't have money in the world seem like they can get help. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of crazy. But yeah, man, I wish the guy luck. What else, man? Let me see. Man, it's crazy, man. It's 5 o'clock in the morning, man. Wow. I ain't got nothing else going on. My dog sleep. I couldn't sleep, so let's see what else, man. Let's see what else we'll talk about. Let's see what else going on. Don't go get your penis stomach. What? This is the best use of alcohol for you. Yeah, man. Y'all seen that stuff that's going on in California, man? Like, y'all seen this stuff? I just realized that, man. Like, hold up, let me like a lot of protesters, them guys, man, they doing a lot of stuff, man. They doing a lot of stuff. Let me pull up some videos. I'm trying not to get like copyrighted or whatever. But like the protesters, man, they throwing all stuff at the police officers, man. The president done call a damn army, deploy the military, get these guys, man. It's crazy over there. I just seen a lot of this stuff, man. Let me stuff is crazy over there.
National Guardsmen who are already there in LA. Again, though, at the White House, President Donald Trump doubled down on deploying the military to an American city, claiming that Los Angeles was under siege.
If we didn't get involved, right now, Los Angeles would be burning, just like it was burning a number of months ago with all the houses that were lost. Los Angeles.
Man, what the hell just happened? Hold up, guys. Hold up. Give me 1 second. I don't know what the hell just happened there. Hold up. Let me go back to it, man. Hold up. Give me 1 second. 1 second. My internet sounding is kind of hacking out right now. Give me 1 second. What the hell? Okay, let's get back to it. All right, let's go.
Areas of Los Angeles that you could have called it an insurrection.
But it's not just there. We are also seeing immigration protests spread to other cities, with even more demonstrations planned for later on today. NBC News correspondent Camila Bernal is live for us right now in Los Angeles. Camila, President Trump didn't rule out sending troops to other cities if similar protests were to occur. What else did he say just moments ago there in the Oval Office?
Yeah, Morgan, so multiple times he said that LA would be under fire if you did not have the Guard here. And in terms of sending the National Guard, the president said that he needed to act fast, that he couldn't essentially wait for Governor Gavin Newsom, and essentially that he wouldn't wait for other governors. He wants to act and says that the National Guard will be here in Los Angeles indefinitely until there is.
My internet acting crazy right now.
Is no more danger. My colleague Garrick Hake also asked him about the Marines and their role here in Los Angeles. Here's what the president said.
The Marines is a lot of people think an escalatory step, though. These are guys who fight wars. Are you at all concerned that things could get out of hand with Marines?
When I see people
City?
Throwing concrete into cars, when I see people, the kind of people that I saw on your network doing danger to the police and to the military and to the National Guard, no, it's okay. Dangerous people. They were met with heavy.
Local leaders here and protesters would say that Los Angeles is not burning or would not necessarily be burning if the Guard wasn't here. So, of course, we're waiting to see more reaction, but I think that's not well received necessarily here in Los Angeles.
Yeah. I mean, what is the current status, though, of those Marines, of the National Guardsmen who have already been sent to LA?
Yeah, the Guard has been protecting some of the federal buildings, but we can say that the protests have been more scattered, have not been as violent as they were, say, over the weekend. There was definitely protesters still out last night. And at the end of the day, usually what happens is that they declare an unlawful assembly. So they essentially clear the streets. They make everybody go home. And yes, there was still some looting. When you walk through some of the streets in Los Angeles, there's a lot of graffiti. The Los Angeles Police Department saying they're going to look through all of this and investigate and try to get people to be held accountable for this. But usually what happens is that mostly it is a peaceful protest throughout the day. And then there's usually some group or one person that escalates it. A lot of people try to prevent that from happening so that this don't continue to escalate violence.
I haven't really been following that stuff, man, the last couple of days, but really seeing the junk on my timeline,
hundreds of U.S. Marines.
It's crazy, man. That the ICE agents, man, they go into people's houses, they arresting people, they go on their jobs, all type of stuff, man. That they arresting people, and this is what what happens when you are like a president like that and just terrorize people. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying Donald Trump is a bad guy, but this doesn't look good, man, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? I don't think this doesn't look good at all. Let me see. Yeah, so like I say, this is wild, man. People terrorizing the streets. They throwing rocks at the police. Like it just doesn't look good. You know what I'm saying? Thousands of protesters marching through Manhattan today, shutting down streets and the ICE out of New NYC and standing solidarity with immigrant protests in LA around the country. Wow. Dang, this is sad. Gosh, look at this shit, man. Cops in LA when they think one's filming.
Focused on its core mission to protect lives, safeguard constitutional rights, and serve every neighborhood in Los Angeles with integrity.
Oh,
now for any questions you might have or any.
Oh, look at that. Gosh. Yo, did they let the horse run over him?
Let me open it up now for any questions you might have or any points.
Look at that! Look at that! That's crazy! Look at that! He ran the horse over the guy, man. What the fuck? That's crazy.
Why now? It's because the military was called upon innocent protesters. We, in our oath to serve, we serve the people of the United States. The Constitution, these constitutional rights are being stripped and just denied, and the military will not be pawns to that. So I'm calling upon the conscience of military members who served previously and now. We have a conscience with mind, and we have a duty and moral obligation to say no and resist evil. We are not pawns for Donald Trump.
Wow.
The tear gas as well. Describe what happened to you.
Oh, just taste a little tear gas.
You told me you got caught up in the tear gas as well. Describe what happened to you.
Oh, just taste a little tear gas. Tasted like fascism.
Well, you told me you got caught up in the tear gas.
Fascism. What the hell is that? Oh, that's January 6th. Angry Democrat mob in LA who waits sorry this is Meg on January 6th and Trump pardoned them all. That's very true. That's very, very true. January 6th, they listen, them guys came through the Capitol and Donald Trump pardoned a lot of them guys that did this, man. It's crazy. That's January 6th. This is the LA Rise, man.
What we are advocating, peaceful protest, did not create any violence. Nobody was shot, nobody was killed. Get it in your head. And so, when martial law is called, what are you going to say? I missed the point. Don't miss the point, you all. Don't think that somehow, because they called out the National Guard, there was violence. There was no violence. I was on the street. I know. And I went from downtown detention back out into the community, talking to people what happened in Paramount, what happened in Compton, what happened in Inglewood. So, first of all, get it straight. And don't just rely on what you're being told or the few incidents.
What the hell is she talking about? You see this shit? What is she talking about, man? You ain't see them riding? You got people vandalizing stores.
You should be standing here with us. You're on the wrong side of history. We know you got a job to do, but you took an oath to the Constitution, not to the fascists in the White House. Think about what you're doing now. Think about what this means. Coming into our community. Peaceful fucking community. People working their jobs. They send in men in military fatigues. Weapons of war into our communities. And you stand here and you allow it. I am sick and tired of it. You should be sick and tired of it. You think any of these people in the White House sending you these commands give a fuck about you? Not one of them do. They laugh at you. Our president laughs at you. He calls you fools. He said the people who died.
Listen, man. This is wild. You know, I mean, what can you really say? You know what I mean? Like, it is sad that you have people like that right there really is frustrated, you know what I mean, seeing what's going on in society. Agents coming in and getting people out of here, you know what I'm saying? Deportation, you know. And this is what was going to happen when Donald Trump became president once again. So am I surprised? No, because it happened before when he was president. You know what I'm saying? Seeing those kids in those cages and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Looking for their parents and stuff. So am I really surprised about this? No, not really. Not at all. You know, so it is sad. And man, I do hope that they do become peaceful and everything comes back to normal in LA with all this stuff going on with the protests and stuff. So I don't know. Hopefully they get it together over there, man. Hopefully they get it together. Let's see what else we can talk about, man, before I get up out of here. Let's see. All right, now my damn internet is acting crazy. Sharing screen cancel. I did saw something. It was a streamer, man. A streamer had beef with another guy, and one of the streamers saw the guy that he had beef with, and it killed him. Let's check this out. Let's see.
Police in Las Vegas this morning are searching for a suspect involved in a deadly shooting near a popular tourist destination on the famed Strip overnight. NBC's Sam Brock joins us with this breaking story. Sam, good morning.
Yeah, correct. Good morning. Police say right now there is a manhunt underway after a typical night of fun on the Vegas Strip quickly turned into bloodshed. This was about 10:30 last night local. The supposed live stream of the shooting now circulating on social media as authorities are urgently trying to find the suspect behind these killings. And we should warn you, some of the images you're about to see are disturbing. This morning, police trying to track down a gunman who opened fire on the famous Las Vegas Strip overnight, leaving at least 2 people dead. The chaos sending terrified tourists scrambling to get out of harm's way. Las Vegas police saying it might have stemmed from an online dispute.
At this point, we believe we have the suspect identified and that this is an isolated incident, knowing that the suspect and the victim had previously engaged in some type of conflict using a variety of social media platforms.
Video posted onto social media appears to show a gunman firing shots during a live stream right in front of the Bellagio Hotel's iconic fountain.
Are you kidding me?
Coming during the busy overnight hours on the Vegas Strip, police writing at the time, the shooting did not occur inside a casino. Please avoid the area. The department says officers on patrol in the area immediately ran towards the gunfire.
They found 2 victims who were laying on the sidewalk, suffering from apparent gunshot wounds. Our officers rendered medical aid to both victims, but their efforts to save those victims' lives were unsuccessful.
Guys, you can hear what sounds like a total of 7 shots in that video. While police say they believe they've identified the suspect, they are still asking anybody with information to please contact them. In the meantime, they're going to keep providing updates on the case as the search clearly continues.
All right,
Thanks,
Sam, keep us posted. Thank you.
Yeah. Hey, thanks for watching.
Wow, that's crazy, man. Let me play one more video before I get my conclusion, man, because this is crazy, man. Like this is wow. So I guess this guy made a video about them guys beefing.
Come on, I have to say hi to my biggest fan. You know?
So covering a YouTuber killing another YouTuber was not what I thought we would be talking about today, but unfortunately that did happen, and that clip that you saw in the beginning is a YouTuber by the name of Sin City Manny Wise, who unfortunately shot another YouTuber by the name of Finny the Legend over just stupid back and forth YouTube drama. So as of today, it looks like the Las Vegas PD put out a statement that says on June 8th, 2025 at approximately 10:40 p.m., Las Vegas PD officers were on routine patrol in the 3600 block of South Las Vegas Boulevard when they heard gunfire coming from the west side of the street. The officers immediately ran toward the area where the gunfire was heard and located 2 individuals suffering from apparent gunshot wounds. Medical personnel arrived and the 2 victims were pronounced deceased at the scene. At this time, we believe this to be an isolated incident and a possible suspect has been identified. It is believed that the suspect and the victims knew each other and had previously engaged in conflict over social media prior to the shooting. This is an ongoing investigation being led by the Las Vegas Metro PD Homicide Section. The identification of the victims, as well as the cause and manner of death, can be obtained through the Clark County Coroner's Office. And unfortunately, we don't need to call the Coroner's County Office because Finney the Legend was live when this happened, and Manny ran up on him, ended up shooting him and shooting his wife. And there's even an angle which shows them laying on the ground, which I'm not going to show you because, one, I feel like it's disrespectful. Two, I don't think YouTube wants me to post that, but I will try to show you guys the original footage from his live stream as much as I can at the very least. But this is how it all started, because I feel like we need to know how this started, right? You assume that this is some real serious shit that was going on. Like somebody slept with someone's wife, even though I still don't think that it makes sense to try to kill somebody. But that's not what this was. This was over copyright strikes on YouTube. So from everything that I can tell, this video that you're watching right now was posted up by Finney the Legend to show that Manny Wise and his wife had gotten him a copyright strike trying to take down a video of his.
Stupid, 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 stupid.
And apparently they doubled down and they did it a second time.
Dummy. You big dummy. You big dummy. You big dummy. Know the song. Sing along.
It's always black people talking shit.
Sit down.
What's up, mother? Family, mother. Yeah, I made your girl my bitch. Your girl's this bitch.
I'll put my dick in your mouth.
You don't do shit, bitch. They get your fucking bitch.
So at this point, it doesn't seem as serious as somebody losing their life. I mean, copyright strikes are not fun because you could lose your channel. And if you lose your channel, you can't go and make another one. You stop making any revenue from anything that you had going on YouTube. Now, Finney the Legend wasn't a big channel, so I don't think it would have disrupted his life. It's just more so taking away an avenue for him to post content, and to the few people that were watching him, he can't connect with them there any longer. So I do feel like it's kind of a dick move, especially if there was no to talk about the fact that I guess Manny had some strikes on his channel. At least that's what it sounds like. And he was saying that he doesn't have the heart to send a third one through because he feels like he
Let's get this clear though, y'all, because we all laugh and joke. This is a PR. This is a PR moment. We all laugh and joke, but mental illness is real, and we can clearly see this guy is mentally ill. So one thing about it, that's why I want to put it on y'all too. If he give us another strike and I got 3, y'all know that channel mean everything to him. He don't got no outside friends, nothing. I don't think I could do it in my heart. And I'm saying this on live so he can hear it too. Shout out LDT. But I don't think I can take his channel from him, man, because I think he's so close to going in the closet, man. And he's so close, man.
That you know what the first thing I asked you, did you give him a strike?
Yeah.
That you swing, you swing at me, we swinging back twice. Boot him to the motherfucking moon.
So as far as I know, that was the last time that Finney had said anything about Manny Wise. And at some point after this, he ended up visiting Las Vegas with his wife, and Manny found out about it somehow. I'm assuming they have some viewers that maybe crossed to both of them, and people like to see controversy. So of course someone's going to be like, yo, you know, he's there. You got to roll up on him. He talked all this shit to you, and then they get in this dude's head who's clearly not all there, in my opinion, which again doesn't make it an excuse, but it just gives an idea of where his thought process might be. And so he goes live and he starts looking for Finney.
Jerome, I'm out here searching for my baby. I went through every casino there is. I heard there's one of my biggest fans here in town. I'm dying to see him. Dying to see him. What are we doing? Field bar tonight? Is that what we're doing? I'll be there.
With Monday.com's intuitive work management.
Can be there. You better believe it. You come to my city and think I'm not gonna show up? You think I'm not gonna show up? I should have been the first one to be told, right? Somebody should have sent me my invite, Mr. Marquez. That's right. We outside. We're doing fuel bar tonight? I'm there, homie. What's the fuel bar without the fuel? Or wherever you go, I will be there. Oh, man, come on. I have to say hi to my biggest fan. You know? Hey! I heard that shit. I jumped out of my bed. It came out here so fast. I'm very disappointed right now. All this long stream, and I didn't see my biggest fan. Teardrop.
And so knowing the outcome of this, it makes me wonder, like, if he found him, was he planning to kill him on his own live stream? Because when you watch this clip I'm about to show you, he just kind of walks by, and I assume he gets behind the camera and starts to say something, because it sounds like Finney's wife starts to address him and then kind of tries to push him away, at which point he pulls out a gun and just starts to shoot Finney. And then the wife is screaming and saying, "Are you crazy?" And she goes to grab the camera. But I feel like, as much as I know that that's her husband that just got shot, she should have ran. She should have tried to just protect herself at that point. But she may have thought that he's not coming after me because it's not a problem with me. And I'm in shock. I don't even understand what just happened. And then you hear her scream, and I assume he shoots her. And it's just sad to know that she probably had a moment that she might have been able to get away. There's no guarantee. But either way, she shouldn't have even had to worry about that in the first place. It's sad. I'm going to show you what I can of the clip, but this was it.
Thanks, Donald.
I don't know what's going on down there, but everybody just ran this way.
And that's crazy to think that that just happened over you sending somebody copyright strikes, them trolling you back, and you guys going back and forth. But how it ever got to the point where it's like, yo, I'm going to kill this person is absolutely crazy to me.
Yeah, man, that's wild, man. Shout out to One TV, man. I don't know this guy, but shout out to him for making this video. That is crazy, man. Seeing something like that right there, I didn't know none of them guys right there, but like YouTube live stream, whatever, internet, man, internet beef is just still on the internet. You know what I'm saying? Then again, I'm like, this 2025, nothing really surprises me in 2025. You know what I'm saying? People killing people just for over the stupidest things, man. We got road rage. You know what I'm saying? And don't get me wrong, me, I do be burping my horn at people sometimes when I give people 3 seconds at the red light. You know what I'm saying? I don't have road rage, but I give you 3 seconds at the red light. You know what I'm saying? If you don't go into 3 seconds, I'm gonna burn my horn. But then again, I gotta be careful about that also, because there are some people that get killed for burping the horn at people at the red light. You know, but anyway, something like this right here, another streamer killing another streamer just by he said something online. For you to take it that serious, and neither of these guys are multi-millionaires anyway, so what do they have to lose? You know what I'm saying? They both ain't got no money like that, so what do they have to lose? So that's basically why he did it, you know. And I don't know if the guy has some mental illness or what, but you seen the video playing the guy because he was really looking for the guy, driving around, really looking for him. So it's like he already had his mind made up. And don't get me wrong, nothing wrong with nobody protecting themselves with a firearm. Nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? I'm a person that protect myself also, but I'm just saying, like, I'm a respectable gun owner. And I'm gonna say that again. I'm a respectable gun owner. That mean just because I got a gun on me, that don't mean somebody say something to me or bump me, anything like that, that I'm gonna pull my firearm out and I'm gonna shoot. You know what I'm saying? God forbid I don't have to use it, but I'm just saying, like, I'm not gonna use it just for somebody to bump me or just say something to me. You know what I'm saying? You have to control your emotion. You know what I'm saying? You have to control your emotion. And these guys beat online, talking trash to each other, sending messages or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like over something just crazy, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know the videos that they getting copyright or whatever from the guy, but it's not that serious that you gotta kill somebody, dog. It's not that serious. And he killed his wife also. Allegedly, I'm thinking he killed his wife also. So you killed 2 people. That's double murder, my boy. That's double murder. And you're not getting out. You're not getting out because it's videoed online. Now, don't get me wrong, that the backside, I don't know what really happened because we saw him walk by. You know what I'm saying? We saw him walk by. I don't know if he even noticed that was them. I don't know if his wife said something to him or whatever, noticed him and said something to him. I'm not sure, but he was walking by, so I don't know what happened. But for him to pull a gun out like that right there makes me think, okay, this guy is crazy. You know what I'm saying? And his lawyer might try to use a mental state to get him not the death penalty. You know what I'm saying? But wow, that's crazy, man. Another streamer killing another streamer like that. And don't get me wrong, we do have these YouTubers, man, that be talking trash to other people and stuff like that. But dog, it's not that serious, man. You kill somebody to lose your life like that. And I don't know if the guy had kids or what. You know what I'm saying? So that whole situation, yo, was crazy, yo, for real. Other people and stuff like that. What else? Yo, this is crazy right here. Let me see. This is wild here. I'm just looking up stuff to talk about, man. Don't mind me. If you up with me, man, 5 a.m., man, I appreciate you. I appreciate you watching my video right now. You know, I rarely go live. So, you know, like the video if you can. I do appreciate that. I do appreciate it. So right now I'm just up 5 a.m. Listen, I'm off this morning, so I'm just chilling right now. If you help me, man, like the video, you know, I'm gonna tell me a comment what you want me to play or whatever. You got something to talk about, let me know what's going on. Again, good morning. Let's see.
Huh? Call you? I can't hear you. I don't know. I broke my neck. You broke your neck? Call an ambulance? I'm doing a live stream. If I do that, I'll have someone call. Hey, call an ambulance, somebody, for this guy. 7th Avenue and 39th Street. He needs an ambulance. He's at the bus stop. 7th Avenue, North 39th Street, Tampa, Florida. So it's East 7th Avenue and North 39th Street. He's at the bus stop. He's on the north side of the street at the bus stop until he broke his neck. They're coming. Someone could do that because I don't want to interrupt the stream. All right. Well, there's some shade up here. If they get benches a little bit over by the factory. Oh, man, my back is killing me, man. Oh.
Listen. Oh my goodness, man. What is wrong with society today, man? What's wrong with society, man? It says the guy he didn't want to end his live stream to call 911, and the guy, whoever that was, broke the neck.
Huh?
Oh man, the video's still
Call you.
my internet acting crazy. Yeah. So dude refused to call the ambulance. Oh my goodness. Refused to call the ambulance for a man who broke his neck because it will interrupt his live stream. Someone call the ambulance for this guy. Oh my goodness. And the guy said his back hurt. So he gonna end up have to go to the hospital also because his back hurt. So you couldn't end your live stream and call the ambulance for that person. Like, I don't know if that's a homeless person or what, you know what I'm saying? But come on now. Like, you could end that live stream, dog, and call 911. What type of human being are you? You know what I'm saying? Well, what type of human being are you, man, to do something like that? To not even, you know what I mean? This is crazy. Let's see what else, man. What we got? It's funny.
To the wrong nigga, bitch! You talking to the wrong nigga, bitch! Don't touch me. Ain't nobody touching you. I didn't touch you. Get the fuck out my face. I don't touch you, bitch. I didn't touch you. You drunk ass bitch. You's a bitch. You drunk ass bitch. You's a bitch. Go get your nigga, because I'll slap you in here. You in here trying to harass him, bitch. You in here. You's a bitch. I'll slap this bitch. I'll slap this bitch. Yeah, get your bitch for a slapper. You's a bitch, bitch. Kill you, nigga. Nigga, I'm just trying to. What the fuck wrong? I'll slap you. You not doing shit. What the fuck wrong with y'all? What the fuck wrong with y'all? I'll slap the fuck out both y'all. All right, let's go. Fuck wrong with you, bitch ass nigga? I tried to help you. I tried to help you. I tried to help you, dumb ass nigga. I tried to help you. I love you, dude. I tried to help you. Stop, girl. Stop. I tried to help you. I tried to help you. I tried to help you. Fuck you, bitch. Don't touch me. 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 Don't touch me, bitch. Don't touch me, bitch. Don't touch me. How about that? Yeah. I want to do. Stop, bro. Yo, let him go. Let him go. They tired. They tired. Oh,
Gosh.
Fuck wrong with you, nigga. Fuck wrong with y'all.
Oh.
Yo, chill. You're the pussy ass bitch. This kid's a guy now. Look at you. Stop. Just stop. Suck your own dick, bitch. Stop, right? You be sucking your dick, my why you dead? Let's go. Oh, she got a nut. She got a nut on her shit.
You see situations like that right there.
With the team ready to conquer.
Stuff like that right there, man. It kind of irks me because it's like, I see the woman did hit him. I mean, he know he could have beat that lady up. You know what I'm saying? I don't even think you should just like, okay, move her away, grab her, move her away. You know what I'm saying? Push her, whatever, and get up out of there. You know, for him to hit her, come on. You know what I mean? You didn't have to do that. Then the guy called the guy. He called him the N-word. And that's another thing I learned as I got older. I'm a black guy, and I got called the N-word a few times in my life. You know what I'm saying? And I can laugh about it because my mental state, and like I said before the last video, well, not last video, a few minutes ago before I played the other video, that my emotions, not control your emotions. You know, somebody called me the N-word. When I first heard somebody call me the N-word, I was young. I think I was about 12. I'm about 12 years old when somebody first called me the N-word. You know what I'm saying? I was upset. I was confused. You know, I was upset and I was confused, and I really wanted to fight the person, but I got in trouble. Then my mom sat me down after she whipped my tail. You know what I'm saying? That, you know, it's just a word. And, you know, it's not like back in the day when the white people used to really beat the black people up or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And the black people couldn't defend themselves, you know what I'm saying? But in today's society, man, everybody had the right to defend themselves. You know what I'm saying? You feel threatened or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Somebody trying to harm you, you have the right to defend yourself. So that's what a lot of people should think about. Like, listen, man, you got a right to defend yourself now. But somebody called the N-word. You know, when I learned that, when that guy called me, a person called me the N-word when I was 12, man, like I said, I was upset. And I learned from that was that, you know, it's just a word. You know, it's a word, and it can be hurtful. You know what I'm saying? It can really be hurtful to the wrong person. But then again, it's like you call me something, okay, boom. Did you touch me? Did you threaten my life? No. Or you just called me that, okay, boom. And as I got older, you know, that word doesn't hurt me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's hurtful. I know what type of person you are. You know what I'm saying? When you call me that, you know what I'm saying? I can't deal with you. you're a horrible person. You know what I'm saying? But you call me that, man, I'm not gonna hit you. I'm not gonna fight you. I'm not gonna do anything to you. You know what I'm saying? I might curse your ass out. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not gonna threaten you or nothing like that because you called me a word. You know. When you come towards me and trying to threaten me or do anything to me, then yeah, that's my right to defend myself. But when somebody call you that word, man, and that's what I want a lot of black people to understand, man, that when another person call you that word, man, just don't react with violence. You know what I'm saying? React to educate them. You know what I'm saying? Or just walk away. You know what I'm saying? Or just talk shit to them back to them. You know, but don't react to violence. You know what I'm saying? Somebody call you that word, man, because it's not going to end well because okay, that person called you that word, but you attack them. You know what I'm saying? So I just want people to remember that, man, especially my black folks, you know. What else, man? What else we got? Let's see. Let's see what else. I ain't saw that when he fell. Oh, I'm down. Trump about to bust his ass. Hey, he's old too. Shit, y'all think Joe Biden was old? He old too now. A lot of people don't realize that Donald Trump old too. Trying to walk up them damn flight of stairs, looking cool and shit. And so she at the riot, she got her ass tagged.
Rubber bullets at protesters, moving them on through the heart of LA.
Oh shit! Damn.
After hours of standing on, the situation has now rapidly deteriorated. The LAPD moving in on horseback, firing rubber bullets at protesters, moving them on through the heart of LA.
You just shut the fuck up. You okay?
Yo, you better get your ass out. You better get your ass out of there. Damn. I am in the lab, but damn, I mean, he did that shit deliberately, man. He meant to do that shit, yo. That's crazy. Hey, I gotta give it to her. She ain't cry. Maybe she cried after that when the camera's off, but she ain't cry. I gotta give her that. I gotta give her that, man. I salute that reporter. You gotta get your ass out of there. Shit. Damn. That's crazy. I saw this earlier, man. DeMarcus Cousins, man, he's a former NBA player. Never won a championship, man, but I don't want to see he got kicked out the league, man. But it's like nobody really wanted to sign him. He been in the league for like I think 10 years, something like that in the NBA. And now he's playing overseas and stuff. And one thing about DeMarcus Cousins, man, he has an attitude. You know what I'm saying? He has a big attitude. And that's what I think a lot of teams didn't want to sign him. But this is what happened a couple of days ago.
Oye, los fanáticos tranquilos, muchachos, tranquilos. Ya lo siento. Ya.
That's not the video I wanted to play. That's not the video I wanted to play, but that video was the aftermath. This is it right here. Hold up. Let me see if I can pull it up where he really Okay, this is right here. Let me see. I might try to cover that nigga. This is what happened right here. Yeah, man. He just, oh man, he was a hell of a player when he played at Kentucky, man. He was a hell of a player when he played at Kentucky College. You know what I'm saying? But you could have tell that, you know, this guy, man, he had hello, man. My internet is like acting crazy. Oh, let me share the screen. Yeah, so this is him right here, man. He played on a lot of teams. You know what I'm saying? You got drafted by the Kings, Sacramento Kings in the NBA. And throughout that, man, I don't think he ever won an NBA ring. He always had an attitude, you know what I'm saying? Want to fight, want to argue with the refs and stuff like that. He reminded me of like Rasheed Wallace back in the day. Rasheed Wallace, I think he probably hold the record for the number of technical fouls. Not the technical foul, but techs on the refs, man. It's crazy. Now he's playing overseas, not in the NBA. Hell of a player, man, but he's got a bad attitude, man. And I don't know how he is as a person, man, but just seeing stuff like that online, man, it doesn't make you look good. You know what I'm saying? It really doesn't, you know? All right, man, that's all I got. I thought I'll hop online tonight. You know, we talked about the Diddy trial. We talked about BT Awards. We talked about shit. What else we talk about? I can't remember. But yeah, I might jump back on later on. I might go live during the Diddy trial. It starts at 1 p.m. So right now it's like 5:42 a.m., man, which is crazy. I usually don't be up this late. But like I said, I slept early. I took a nap, and now I woke up about 1. I couldn't go back to sleep, so I thought I'd hop online, man. So yeah, man. Listen, continue to like my videos, man. I appreciate y'all watching. Doesn't matter how many views I get, how many likes I got, man. Whoever's watching, I appreciate you. Even if just one person, I appreciate you. You know, I'm on a journey. It's a slow journey because I work a lot. So it's a slow journey, but listen, continue to watch, man. Continue to support, and I appreciate y'all. Come back live, man. I'll be back by 1, maybe 2 p.m. I might come back live, but we'll see, man. But until then, man, y'all have a good morning. I appreciate y'all. Have a good one.